all these rejections from the middle Bollinger Band.
Resistance we're going to need.
If you actually see here, we get a
And we'll look for a healthy higher
I
low.
would not
don't have
be
the
convinced
pullback
to
to
enter a long trade.
Hey everyone, hope you're doing well. Lots to catch up on for Bitcoin. We're going to look at Bitcoin, the shorts, GBTC, ETH, LTC, BCH. We're going to stick with the bigger names for now. We'll look at the altcoins reactions perhaps tomorrow. But it's all about the big boys for now, and the bulls are certainly looking good. So, a couple days ago, laid out those three scenarios. Scenario number one, the least likely, is not going to follow through. Scenario number two, I forget what I numbered them, but another scenario was the potential bullish reversal, inverse head and shoulders pattern with the breakout. And that now looks like the most likely scenario. It wasn't, in my opinion. Before, it was the potential of a lower high to form and then a higher low. But I'm not going to be looking for too much consolidation after this move because the bulls have a ton of momentum and the volume behind it is the reason. So, and is the price action. So the volume is our proven indicator. The 4-hour bull volume on Bitcoin on Coinbase was the highest candlestick for bull volume in 12 days. Bitfinex, highest in 2.5 months. That is very notable. So that is what led to this big bull move. Visually, I was saying I'm looking for a lower high around 6,500. And obviously the fact that the bulls have gotten $200 over that level puts them $200 closer to the bull break, and it shifts the odds of what's the most likely scenario to happen. So at this point, I am very confident that we're going to break this $6,800 level, and I am going to be trading to reflect that. So ideal scenario for me would be to see some healthy consolidation and a little bull flag on this daily chart and pull back for 1 day and then see continuation. Not sure we're going to get that, but the reason I want that to happen is because the bulls are a bit extended, and we need to see that scenario where the bulls take a breather and cool off RSI levels. So the 4-hour RSI right now is up at 77. The hourly RSI is up at just about the same level, 77, and we are overbought. So if we were to get the bull break now of 6,800, we would see some follow through. We would see the shorts squeeze themselves, but we wouldn't get a ton of follow through up over that $7,000 level, in my opinion, because those RSI levels are so overbought. So right now, we're going to be looking for healthy consolidation. As soon as we lose the hourly higher low pattern, which right now for Bitcoin is 66.31, and then we're looking down at 66.11, and then down to 65.81. So those are all support levels to be watching. But if we lose the hourly higher low, we're going to be looking for 4-hour consolidation to begin. So we look at the 4-hour chart, and we have an upper wick. We haven't even started consolidation, and we know by looking at this chart, number one, there's all that bull volume, but it would be healthy to see that 4-hour consolidation and a higher low established. The Bitcoin bulls on the daily chart are going to be looking for the 12-period exponential moving average to cross the 26-period to the upside if we get this bull follow through, and the weekly chart is going to be looking for, number one, a spike in this volume. So let's just bring up Bitfinex where the volume was more significant, and the weekly time frame. Last week's total volume, 125,000, and so far the first day here, which still has a few hours to go, we're going to be looking up around 30,000 or 30,000. So we're going to be on pace to break the downtrend of volume. The question is how significant. And if we get that 6,800 break, that's going to be another spike in volume, and that's going to make this weekly volume really rack up a little bit. Is this a trend change on the weekly? No, not in my opinion. This is still the same bounce attempt. Yes, we pulled back and formed another support level, but if you look at the daily chart, it's still the same bounce attempt in my opinion. So I would still be looking for a lower high to form compared to 10,000 on this move, even if we do get the 6,800 break, unless we get the ETF approval on August 10th. And again, I do believe that that sentiment, that psychology, has a bit to do with these bulls showing up, as we have just over 3 weeks of trading until that date where we're either going to get approval and a move up to 10,000 plus, denial, or kick the can down the road with a delay. If it's a denial, the more we run up bullish into August 10th, the more likely a sell-off and the more brutal the sell-off will be if it's denied. Because again, that will be the market to a certain degree pricing in the potential of an ETF. Even though it's unlikely, it can still be priced into a small degree. So those are all things to be keeping an eye on, along with the, again, short-term hourly higher lows to see whether we lose support or not. And even if we do, we then switch down and watch exponential support on the hourly and then exponential support on the 4-hour. So all kinds of support levels to be watching. The bulls are comfortable. Look at the shorts. In this scenario, I want to see the more shorts, the better. And that is because that gives more fuel if we do get this bull break. So if the bulls break 6,800 on Bitcoin, not only are we going to see bulls buying, and Nuggets news with Australia for Alex, follow his channel for fundamentals, but he did a poll on Twitter and got 500, 600 responses, and something like 45% still had cash on the side. So there are going to be bulls buying that break, and there are going to be shorts covering, and I want to see the more shorts the better that are forced to cover in that scenario. So I'd love to see this short chart continue up. We've been up the last 4 days, and really the last 8 days, we've seen a solid increase of about 3,000 extra shorts, increasing by about 15%. So that is notable. And again, I want to see those short levels high because of the fuel that could be added to the break. And the reason shorts are adding right now is because they are looking for just another lower high. With RSI levels so extreme on the hourly and the 4 hour, they're looking for a daily lower high to form and some pullback here. And the bulls are hoping to keep the pressure on and not give them that consolidation, or at least not give them too much of it. Also watching GBTC for psychological reasons. So this is the Bitcoin investment trust. One of the only ways the only way you can get Bitcoin on the stock market. High, or I should say, or low, high of the bounce, higher low, need a break of 1066 for the bull break. Why am I caring about this is I get some psychology from it. So look at the close at the end of the day. A bull surge, which tells me bulls are wanting positions in case we get the bull break overnight tonight. And you can see the high of Bitcoin today was 1 o'clock p.m. Eastern, 10:09 at that point in time. We closed over 2% higher than that. So that shows us that bulls want their GBTC shares before tonight because they're not going to be able to buy any more shares for the next 16 hours or so. So let's see if we get this continuation and this clear bull break on Bitcoin. Ethereum, also a big move on the daily. 494.74 is key resistance to break. We're also extended. The 4-hour RSI is in the low 70s, hourly RSI low 70s. So we're not as overbought as Bitcoin, but as we know, there's going to be a significant correlation to what Bitcoin does. So we have to be watching for that. Clear 15-minute supports to be watching. 473.34, 471.50, and 469.20. Lose these support levels. We're going to look for consolidation on the 4-hour time frame. And here's a 15-minute equilibrium to be watching right now as well. So not much to go over for Ethereum. We're just waiting to see if Bitcoin can break its resistance. If Bitcoin breaks it, Ethereum is likely going to break it as well with the next level of 5,400. Make that, I wish, 547.40. Bitcoin's next level, if we get the bull break, 7,777 from the bounce attempt back in early June. Now on to Litecoin. Litecoin is clearly weaker. So Litecoin still has 6 or 7% to get up to $90 resistance, whereas Bitcoin and Ethereum and now BCH are leaving Litecoin in the dust. So Litecoin will likely be the last name to break bullish from this pattern. If we get the bull break of 90, we're looking up at 101.65 as the next resistance level. But again, there's no reason for bulls to be looking to play Litecoin here, in my opinion, because other names are stronger. So I look to play Litecoin only when RSI levels are at extremes. Obviously, that's not the scenario we are in, as we are in a daily equilibrium. Hourly time frame support, 82.75, 82.29, and then down to 81.56 as the support levels that would have us looking for 4-hour consolidation. RSI here is at 70. The 4-hour RSI is in the low 70s as well. So it's clear that Bitcoin has the highest RSI right now out of these three, but BCH had a very significant bull move, and we're coming up to resistance now. So this is what I mean by everybody leaving Litecoin in the dust. BCH was lagging behind with Litecoin before today. Significant bull move. 832 is resistance. Next level is 930 if the bulls can get that break. And look at the 4-hour RSI here. It's above 80 at this point. And on the hourly, RSI is at 80. So if we lose the hourly higher low pattern, we're going to be looking for that healthy 4-hour consolidation and support right now, 792.11 and then 778. So bulls still in full control, but anticipating the likelihood that we could lose the hourly higher low. But we're not going to be seeing any red flags for these bulls unless we see high bear volume. Even on a loss of the higher lows in terms of price levels, we have the exponential supports on the hourly, the exponential supports on the 4-hour, and this goes for everybody. So the bulls are very comfortable where we stand right now. And again, I am very confident that we're going to get a bull break of 6,800 this week. and I'm positioning myself to do that. So I have a Bitcoin position that I entered a while ago, a few days ago, even a week plus ago, and never exited it because when we did start pulling back, I was just anticipating an equilibrium, and I said, I'll take my loss if we equilibrium break bearish. So I call that my anti-FOMO position, where, you know, I don't want to be buying with the 4-hour RSI overbought, but if I have my anti-FOMO swing position, I'm not really inclined to do so because I am still profiting on bull moves. The rest of my stack, the cash that I'm going to be using, will be short-term trades, and I did that with Ethereum. Just a quick bull flip where I could see Bitcoin was close to continuation, so I got Ethereum looking for continuation, flipped a portion of it for $5, then entered a good amount, break even, because I didn't want to get caught in 4-hour consolidation. So I'm keeping my core Bitcoin swing position, and then with the rest of the capital, I'm using it for short-term trading, and I'm more prone to use those short-term positions. Even with RSI overbought, I'm just going to be quicker to exit. So that's my game plan heading forward. And the break of 6,800, let's see how much upside we get on that short squeeze. Market buys will be in full effect on that move. And tonight's going to be pretty important to see what kind of healthy consolidation we get, how far we pull back, and whether or not the bulls are going to set their sights on this resistance break potentially tomorrow. They certainly have the volume behind it, and exciting time for bulls. Most excitement we've seen in quite some time. So I appreciate you all watching. Hope you continue to do good things. Attach some videos here at the end of this video with the birds and goats and such. Other than that, we're going to continue watching this market very close, and I do believe we have some bullish opportunity approaching as well. As far as shorts go, I wouldn't be anywhere near a short position at this point. I would have to see, if we get the bull break of 6,800, I would have to see a loss of the daily higher low pattern to go back to short, looking for our weekly lower high to be set. But again, there's danger of the ETH approval or ETF approval. It's not likely, but if it happened, because it's not likely, the market is going to react more violently to the upside for those bulls to instantly price in that new news. So if I were a bear at this point, I would probably just be patiently waiting. And if we get a denial of that ETF, I would probably enter a full bearish position for at least a short-term trade in that scenario. So thanks again. We'll see you tomorrow. Good luck, bulls. Just the baby. Baby goat. You get the baby goat.